9 times out of 10, when students have problems with their code, it's because they have a typo and they can't seem to locate it. That's why we created a bespoke tool for our students. It's called the Code Checker, and it checks your source code against the course's source code and shows you where your code differs from mine. This is a handy tool that is unique to this course, and it enables you to verify your code in real time. This is how you use it. If you run into an unexpected output when you're following any of the steps in the course, then the first step is to commit the latest version of your code to Git. Also, make sure that you push any changes to the remote repository. Once you've ensured the latest changes are pushed to Git, you can then head over to the video for the step where you ran into the issue. Then choose Resources and click on the Code Checker Check My Code link. This will take you to the start page for the Code Checker tool. The first 2 boxes should be selected automatically based on the link that you clicked in the resources. However, it's a good idea to check that the correct course and the correct step is selected in the drop-downs that are provided in the form. Once you've confirmed that, you can head over to your GitHub page and select Code, and you want to copy the HTTPS clone URL for your project. Once that's copied, you can head back to the Code Checker page and you can paste the URL in the box intended for the Git URL for your project. There's an optional box below where you can provide a custom branch if you pushed your change to a custom branch on your repository. If you just leave it blank, then it will use the default main branch for your project. Once you've completed the form, you can click on Check Code. The Code Checker will then go ahead and check your code, comparing it to the expected code for that specific step in the course. If there are any differences between your code and the expected code, they'll be explained in the results page of the Code Checker. You can see here that we have an issue with files with incorrect contents. If you expand this, it will tell you which files have this issue. In our case, it is app/recipe/views. And if you click on Show Details, it will show you the specific comparison of that file in the code. You can see in the report that we've accidentally added an S to the permission classes class variable in our code. Now we can go ahead and correct this in our code by removing this S and then committing the code back to Git and pushing it to the remote repository. Once this is done, you can head back to the Code Checker page and you can click on Recheck My Code. The code will then be rechecked against the latest version that you just pushed. If all of the issues are fixed, you should see this page which says that your code is correct. The issue in your code should then be resolved, so you can go ahead and follow whatever step it was that was causing an issue, for example, running unit tests, and check that the problem is solved. If you have any problems understanding the results on the results page, then you can copy a link to the report page and share it with me in the course Q&A. This will help me to see exactly what you're seeing in the results page. You can also select a specific line in the code, and this will deep link to that specific line when you share the URL with me in the Q&A. This helps us both get on the same page when we're debugging issues. If you still have questions after you've used the Code Checker, or you simply don't understand something, I encourage you to strengthen your problem-solving skills by trying to find the answer to your question on your own. Problem solving is the most important skill a developer can have, so I recommend you search for your issue or question first. Chances are the question has already been answered in the official documentation, GitHub, Stack Overflow, or some forum somewhere on the internet. If you can't find anything online, then post a question on Stack Overflow. You'll most likely solve the problem yourself before you've even finished writing the question, as the act of writing the problem down often helps you to understand it in a different way. If you're still stuck, look at the Q&A section and see if someone has asked the same question. I encourage you to exhaust all possibilities before posting a new question. This is not designed to dissuade you from asking questions. Rather, it's designed to help you practice solving issues on your own so you can get the most benefit from this course. And of course, if you still don't understand something, make sure to leave a question in the Q&A and I'll try and solve it within 7 business days. That's it for the introduction. Now let's dive into the course.